Yep, yep. Look at this. Carnage. Blew both caps off.
Hello, people. Well, as you can see, we've had a little problem, a little setback here on the rear end. Um, so that wasn't a real good night. The first run off the trailer, it ran pretty good. It ran pretty close to what it should be running. Still not running as good as it should be, but I don't think I'm ever going to this year with the cam that's in it. But it ran pretty good, dang good that first run off the trailer. But there's still issues as usual. Every time this year, there's something. After the first run, and I'll show you here, but after the first run, the next runs after that, it would, when I'd take off the line, it would converter flash up, but then it would drop about 300 to 400 RPM before it started picking up, pulling again. And it did that. It actually did that last time too. It's done that ever since I put this engine in. And I kind of messed with the fuel a little bit, but I checked the timing, making sure the mechanical advance is working right. Messed with timing a little bit. But this last weekend, I just went to Test and Tune Friday, and I didn't change anything. I wanted to see how consistent the thing would run from start to finish, and just doing everything the same, And well, it wasn't, because it kept dropping that. The first run it didn't, but it did every run after that. So I've got to get that figured out, whatever it is. Whether I got to, I don't know, jet it down or up, I don't know. I'll have to mess with that the next time I run it once I get the rear end fixed. But anyway, we'll go over this real quick. This ain't gonna be long. I just thought I'd show you the little carnage I had here this week, and show you what happened. So, like I said, this first run off the trailer, the reaction times weren't worth a crap, but 152 60 foot, which is actually the best 60 foot of this year. Okay, it was 84, 55%. So the air and everything was better than it has been the last 2 or 3 months since I've been going, at least the last 2.5 months. It wasn't great yet, but I'm sure there's a lot of people in certain places that would love this, but it just, this is not great, but it's a lot better than it had been. So, the car ran 722.94, which is closer to what it should be running, and that's probably, once the air gets better, that's going to get better. But I don't think with this cam in it, I don't think it's going to run like it did in the past. We'll see, because the Mopar is down. It went up a little bit as the DA went down. I think that humidity was going up a little bit, but not near like it had been late these last few weeks. So the speed picked up, but that's still that's still really lower, a mile an hour, or almost 2 lower than what it used to run. But anyway, so this first run went good. I stalled it up to about 1800, flashed 49, shifted at 64 and 63, and that was a pretty good clean run. Then this one, 159, the 60 foot was way off, and did the same thing, flashed it or stalled it to 1800, flashed to 49, but then it dropped to 4600 before it started pulling again. So that's why that was off, and that the speed was still up there, but this one was a little better, 157, 81. Really did this just 100 RPM more, but that one dropped only to 47, only dropped a couple hundred RPM. Then this one went back to 156, or it was back down a little bit. Now that one, it did drop to 4600, so I don't know if it was just the air getting a little better, cooler, that it picked up a little bit. I really have no idea. Then the fifth run, well, you saw what happened with that one. It broke. So anyway, we're gonna get the rear end fixed and get back in there, and hopefully either go next weekend or the weekend after, and maybe one more time then before No Name. But I'm gonna try and run it twice before No Name, get this figured out with it. I don't know if it's fuel or what the deal is, where coming off the line, and it's not like a hesitation like before. Like when I put this carburetor on here a long time ago, before I got it set up right, it would hesitate as soon as I punched it off the line. Before the converter even flashed, it would cough. I got that all straightened out. This is a little different because it's flashing up, but then it's dropping, like pulling the engine down. It's not like the engine's shutting off or something, or like a misfire or anything like that. It's just like it pulls it down. So the one thing I noticed is on my AFR gauge, when that happens, right there, it's real rich. Like as soon as I mat it right there, when it flashes, the AFR is super rich right there, and then just for a little bit, but then goes back and where it should be. So squirters, maybe jets, I don't know. We'll mess with it the next time. Figure out what the hell's going on with it. Try to anyway before No Name. But I just thought I'd do this little update here, so show this wonderful thing. But I tell you, every time I go this year, there's some kind of problem. Every time. I wish this would be like the last 3 years have been pretty damn good, really. I mean, yeah, there's been certain little issues, but this year it's like every time. So I hope that stops and I finish the year good. But anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.